Who are these
Feel
people?
about this topic up here. What's going on, Tommy?
Hey guys, this is Tommy with Tommy Nation Politics. How's everyone doing today?
Hey, how's it going? Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, what's going on, bro?
I mean, nothing much. Your topic got me thinking a lot, and I've been thinking a lot about this whole thing, like for the past few days, because you know that dude got shot by the cops, and they canceled July 4th. Did you hear about that police brutality case?
Yeah, I didn't get a time to dig all the way in all the details, but I heard about it though.
Yeah, I mean, just like as usual, it's like not even like one bullet. This guy like just pretty much sprayed the dude with bullets. These fucking cops are crazy. And Frederick Douglass, he wrote this thing on 1776. He was trying to talk about how everybody's. It says in the Constitution everybody's created equal and shit, but we're still slaves. Hello. It's just a really funny thing, America, man. America.
So like,
No, it's not. Hey, it's not America. Before you speak, it's the United States. The United States and America are different. They just occupy the same space.
How does that work? I would like to understand what you're saying. What do you mean?
Do you have a $1 bill in your pocket?
Sure.
Okay, open it up and look at the back.
All right.
Okay, one is the Constitution of the United States. It's the one with the eagles and the arrows.
The eagles and the arrows.
If you look on the left-hand side, that's the North American zodiac, which is Islamic. And that's the one where people can have and be full people. And once you in that Constitution, you're not a slave, and you are no longer the property of the United States.
If I remember correctly, the Egyptians had slaves, didn't they?
yeah,
I'm not talking about the Egyptians. You asked me a question about the United States and how the fuck you can't be a slave. That's the way you can't be a slave. You become 5/5 of a person when you're under the North American Zodiac Constitution.
Okay. If we all live here, aren't we under that?
If you live here, there's two constitutions. You think the one constitution is the only constitution. And therefore, you are a U.S. citizen. You are not an American. You are a U.S. citizen, not an American. When you switch over to that constitution, then you are an American.
How do you switch over?
And you have to go through the paperwork and all that shit to make it happen. And until you do, you will be a dead corporation, because the United States is not a country, it's a corporation.
Well, I agree with that. I mean, obviously, the politicians are owned by corporations. International corporations fucking fund all of the shit, and they tell us to consume and shut the fuck up while they fund Ukraine and shit. So obviously, but I still don't get the difference between America and, but I'm sure you have a point. I just don't get it.
Okay, well, do your study so you can understand and understand what I'm talking about. If you don't, then you're not going to, and you'll just come into this situation with an argument that you can't win.
I'm not trying to fight with you. My only fight is with these guys. My only fight is with these guys called the Democrats and Republicans. They've been the oldest gangs in this country, whatever you call it, for 200 years. They've killed more people than you could name. They're gang-banging, lying thieves, and we got to get rid of those guys. So that's my whole point. But I don't really want to fight with you guys. But it's funny because, the whole Roe v. Wade thing got overturned lately. They said Black Lives Matter. Kamala Harris and Joe Biden haven't done a goddamn thing about any of the police brutality. So when is the time that wherever we are, America or the United States, when are we going to stand up and do something about it ourselves?
It's hard for people that's regular people to stand up when they got all the weaponry. That's why that Second Amendment don't fucking matter. They got drones, bombs, and
But they couldn't use
man,
those. They don't have to use those. Sorry. There's like a lot of noise. Could y'all hear that? Or is it just me? Okay. Y'all hear that?
That's
Was it?
okay. Yeah, I had to mute the brother. Go ahead.
So like they wouldn't be able to use those bombs and guns and drones and nukes if we didn't vote for these guys. I think the worst thing that black people ever did, speaking of the slavery, was we had a chance to like literally make our own wealth. Some of us did in Kansas. Remember that the Black Wall Street and shit. And the Klan was furious about it because that was like refuting the whole fact that we were inferior and shit. We made our own wealth. We had our own fucking towns, and that flew in the face of their whole fucking ideology and white supremacist system. So they burnt that shit to the ground. But the minute we started assimilating into the white supremacist system and we started voting Democrat, did the Klan do anything about that? Not really, because they liked it. They liked it because here we are, 200 years later, getting killed by cops, have the biggest maternal death count whenever our black women go to the hospital and give birth. We are the most vulnerable, marginalized, still redlined people because we just assimilated into a white supremacist system, and they got rid of the niggas that were making trouble and making their own wealth and making their own fucking station. And I think that we should get back to that. I know we're gonna have some trouble because this is white supremacy. Let's keep it real. But I think if a lot of us stood up, guys, just like the founding fathers stood up to King George III, bro. And that was beautiful. That's the one thing I like about 1776. They told King George III to step the fuck off. And they told every redcoat after they won, they were like, you have 24 hours to leave this shit, or we're gonna shoot you or hang you on sight. And those redcoats ran the shit fuck out. We all just stood up and fucking showed some of these people this. And just stop voting for Democrats and Republicans, guys. What are they gonna do if we don't vote for them? They're not gonna be in office. They need us, especially the black vote. They depend on it, bro. They check it like a box. They fucking count on that shit. Don't you think? I don't want to be the only one talking, guys, but I got a lot of thoughts about this.
No, I was going to ask you. So, do you believe that the vote do count? Like the voting is something that's real?
So Solar had like this thing about the United States and America. I think that the 13 colonies were united, and that's how they won. Carolina couldn't have fucking beat King George III. So our voice was meant to be combined into a union, e pluribus unum, out of many one. So we all have to walk away. We all have to decide to walk away. We have to decide to stand up, and this board game is over. It's not going to work if one of us does. Otherwise, I would have done it already.
Yeah.
So, how do I get everybody to do that? Just wondering, because I still hear people talking today. They think Roe v. Wade was overturned under a Democrat president's fucking watch. He's appointing a fucking pro-life judge. He doesn't give a shit about us. We're still gonna vote. I still hear people, but they hate Republicans. We're gonna vote Democrat still. What the fuck, guys? What does it have to take for us to stop it? For the love of God. So,
I hear that. So, to the people out there in the audience, man, to the brothers and sisters, like, what would you say about them? That's about this 4th of July thing. You know.
Well, it's just really ironic that there's a lot of protests going on this 4th. Women, they say that they're living in a country where their rights don't matter. They say, I'm like, welcome to the fucking club, guys. Where you been?
Mm-hmm. So for the ones who
I'm glad
celebrated,
white people finally know. I'm glad white people finally realize that our rights are being taken away. That's good, at least.
So the ones that's going to, how you think the ancestors would feel if they was able to be right here, right now, watching?
Our ancestors or the founders? My ancestors or the founders? Which ones?
Right. So what would be the expression, their reaction, seeing their descendants barbecuing on 4th of July and celebrating?
Wow, that is a really good question. I don't think that. I don't know, man. That's a good question because they weren't allowed to barbecue. So I don't even, they'd be like, what the fuck are y'all doing? Y'all are moving around without whips and shit. They'd be fucking startled by that shit. Because they were pretty slaved up. They had the patty rollers and all that. You know, you know the story. I don't even, they couldn't even comprehend what we're doing now. We're celebrating an Independence Day where we weren't even free. We weren't even free for like
Hold
60
on.
more years.
Hold on, Thomas.
Okay.
You don't know shit. You talking incorrectly.
Okay.
Our
About what?
motherfucking our motherfucking ancestors knew who the fuck they was, and it was before slavery. We was here. You keep
Uh
on
huh.
talking about this black shit and all incorrectly. We was not black, and we ain't black now. As long as you say you black, you in the fucking United States Constitution.
I don't know all the rules about the United States Constitution, but I do know that
I'm
they
just
took away our
saying.
identity.
Yeah.
I do know history, and I
No,
know that
no.
our identity was
No, you
lost, and
know
that's
his
why we're called
story.
black.
You don't know history. You sitting up here talking wrong,
Okay,
and
Solo.
I can't allow you to keep on talking like you
You
talking
can't
like you know what you
allow
talking
me.
about.
Can't allow me to
No,
keep on
hell
talking.
no, hell no, because you said I don't want to be the only one talking. I was on
Yeah,
mute.
go for it.
You
Talk
ain't the
away.
only one talking. You the one talking your doctrination. You speaking from a doctrination point. We was here already. Motherfuckers was reclassified as black, niggas, Afro Americans, and all that shit. That's not who the fuck we is. And that's not who the fuck we ever was. And we got lost in that. And you need to do some research and find out what the hell you talking about. Cause you talking about everything that you was doctrinated under. That's not who we is, was, or ever will be. That's just what we upholding overall.
Interesting. I'm sorry about what's going on in your life, man. That sucks. But I do know history, and we just have a disagreement.
We don't have a disagreement.
I
I
mean,
thought the same thing. I thought the same thing for years and years and years too. And
I
then I
don't really
found
know
out
the
about Drew
specific.
Ali.
I don't know. I don't know the specific thing you're talking about that I'm wrong about. Could you give me a specific thing that you said I was wrong about? I'm talking about 1776. We were emancipated in 1856 after the Civil War. So what part am I wrong about? Could you give me a
It
specific
wasn't
example?
1856. It was 1865.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, you're
So
right. You're
there,
right about that. You're right about that. You're right about that, man. Sorry, got me.
I, I mean, I'm correct about a lot of this shit that I'm saying. You just
I,
don't know about it because you ain't opening up no fucking books to find out about it. They hide this
mm,
shit so deep and they make us feel like the colonist was right. The colonist was not right. And this is not the Native Americans' land, it's the Aboriginals' land.
okay. Badiah, what do you think about all that?
Oh, I mean, our people was here. We come from two different angles, but we agree on a lot of things, and that our people was here for years, and so that's why they could prove that. I got peoples that I know that was Morris that they proved that, and they was able to not get taxed and all kind of things going on because they proved it.
The
But that's
Native
the game the
Americans.
government. That's what the game the government play. They ain't gonna tell you. You gotta do the research and bring it to their face, and then get recognized. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah, you got
They,
to put them on the record. You got to put them on the record, or they gonna continue to act like they don't know. That most people don't know that Shriners are Islamic
mm.
and what is
Masons.
that?
Masons.
What is that? How
Huh?
does that help? How's that helping us right now with that?
How is that helping us right now? That
Yeah.
because you can tell them that they motherfucking liars. and
They are
actors.
liars, definitely. But
Okay, but
they're
if you
drone
can't
striking
tell
the
them
Middle
that,
East. They're literally
they're
killing
not.
people overseas. They're killing us here with lead pipes. I don't think they really give a shit, honestly. But maybe.
Yeah,
So hold
but
on
you
real quick.
upholding them.
Uh-oh. Ellie Tudor here, founder of Clean Talk for Clean Folks. Sounded like the conversation was decent, but somebody's got to get rid of the drunken criminal. I'm not sure of what happened to
Drunken,
him, but these are crimes he's committing right in front of God and country.
right?
Okay, hold on. Please, nobody play the messages but me.
Okay, sorry
Please,
about that. I didn't know the rule there. That's okay.
please. You can't
I'm
come to
not
somebody's
touching
house and
nothing,
answer
son.
their phone. You don't go to somebody's house and answer their phone.
Oh,
Uh,
that's true. That's true.
all right.
I
So
was
hold
just
on.
curious, but I'm sorry. I apologize.
I don't know if y'all can hear me, but because I'm at work, you probably can't. But I'm just gonna say it anyway. Uh, like I realize that you are more citizens, and I was trying to find out like how did you find more information about that? Like I understand a lot of Moors, they well mostly all Moors believe that we were here in this country before the white man, and yes, they did have certain people that was regulated to slavery, but the black man or what is known today as being a black man was already here, and they're not classified. They're not really black. They're more citizens or whatever. So I'm trying to find out, like, where I can find out more about this because I try to do some research, but I can't find out too much information about it.
Okay. Can I answer, Obadiah?
Oh, you got it.
Okay. Look up your proclamation and declaration of self, and then look up the Moorish American Zodiac Constitution, and you'll find all your answers, as well as Drew Ali. Drew Ali brought us this truth.
There you go. Shouts out to everybody out there in the audience, man. See you guys, Honey B, Tierra Love, Mr. Paul Rhodes, everybody, man. Um,
So it's interesting. I really haven't heard about the origin of black people already being here. I've just heard the stories of the slave ships and the Amistad. So maybe I don't, I am mistaken. I haven't heard about black people already being here.
Yeah,
I hadn't heard that.
and
But I do know
see,
that.
that's why.
I mean,
Oh,
I'll look
go
into
ahead.
that, man. I'll look into that, Solar. But I do know that we're all slaves at this point. We have a handful of billionaires that own all the wealth. They're buying up farmland. They're giving our politicians money, campaign finance contributions. And at this point, like my whole point was the fact that women now think that their rights are being taken away. The fact is that we really have no rights. They pretty much proved that with the whole mandates and shutting down the businesses. They can do whatever they like anytime we want. Next time they're going to make us stand on one foot and see what happens. I'm pretty sure. It's just going to get worse
No,
from
but
here.
Thomas, but once you understand, once you look into this, you won't be using that bullshit ass black term so loosely.
What term are you talking about I used? What do you mean?
Black, black
A black.
people.
Okay.
Yes, we're not
I'm
fucking black. Black means death, plague, unhealthy. It used to mean pale. When they used to talk about black people, it used to mean swarthy or pale, basically white. My paperwork says I'm a free white person, and it fucks people up when they look at me because I got locks, and I tell them I'm not black. And they be like, my skin is fucking brown. How the fuck am I black? Quit being lost in that.
I don't really care if they say I'm purple. I don't care about that. But that's
I
interesting.
mean,
I didn't know black didn't
that's,
care.
I mean, I know you don't care. And most of the people in the fucking United States or America don't care. But we not black.
Do you think that's like the
That's
biggest problem that we're facing currently? This whole mistaken
I
identity of
mean,
blackness?
man. I mean, shit. Are you a man? How the fuck would you feel if I kept on calling you a woman?
I really don't give a shit about labels. All I know is that we
That-
all the
That's the
1% own more
problem. You
wealth than the
don't
bottom 90%.
care. You
Yeah, I'm not
shouldn't.
focused on that. I'm not focused on that. I'm focused on the people that are trying to rule us, take our money and say that they basically said we're going to own nothing and be happy. These people are in our
If
face
you
robbing us, bro. I don't give a shit if they
if you
call me a
don't,
purple
but
elephant
if
from
you
fucking Walt Disney. I need to
but
fucking find these guys. They're my enemies.
but if you don't care, you should stop jumping in conversations like you do care and you know what the fuck you talking about.
The
You
topic is
don't.
Solar. The topic is slavery timeline, and the slavery
I
timeline is what
know,
we're talking about. I'm
and
not talking about the colors
that's
of people's skin. I was never talking about that. I will never talk about the
yeah.
colors of people's skin. I will talk about the content of people's character, like Martin Luther King said. I'll never talk about the color of people's skin because it's irrelevant.
Okay.
Martin Luther King said it was irrelevant. The fact is
No,
now that the 1% own
they
more wealth than the bottom 90% combined, and we're all slaves. That's the point.
and
Just
and they killed Martin Luther King because Malcolm X's heart changed and he found out about Drew Ali and he was about to bring what they call Black Christianity and Islam under the same umbrella, and that's when they killed both of them.
cool.
Yeah. He said, "I brought my people into a burning house."
Yeah, he did say that. It's because we vote for
Exactly.
Democrats. It's because we vote for Democrats. And they're ruining the country. They're robbing people, us, the whole taxpayers. You pay taxes in this country that you live in? Because they took your tax dollars and they sent it to Ukraine. Is that important at all to you?
I've been paying taxes. My paperwork is about to be final to where I don't have to. They can't tax me no more because the IRS is an illegal fucking corporation acting like the fucking police.
Okay. Well, they are a government agency. I don't know what that means, illegal corporation or whatever. It's
Do
interesting.
some studying.
Yeah,
You ain't
all
ready
this time
for
I
my
thought
conversation.
all this time I thought that there were branches of government. There was a bicameral legislative government that made laws. Supreme Court found whether they were unconstitutional. I thought there was a Declaration of Independence that separated them from Great Britain in 1776, and I thought that's what we were celebrating was an Independence Day. I thought all of those things, but I guess I was just completely wrong because somebody's black and somebody's purple. I thought that. Oh my God, that's even more important. Jesus Christ.
Motherfucker, ain't nobody purple. You ain't never met a purple
I'm fucking
motherfucker in your
purple.
life.
I'm a fucking purple. You don't know, but I'm purple.
Oh my
I'm
god.
purple.
You only
I'm
purple if
purple,
somebody
bro.
beat the man.
I'm purple.
You need to
No.
get the fuck off the line because you don't know what the fuck you talking about.
You need to get the fuck off the line,
purples.
Solar. I'm tired of your bullshit.
Shut
the fuck up, you little bitch. Shut the fuck up.
Hold on, guys. Hold on. One thing I don't do on my panel is cause confusion. We got to be able to talk to each other respectfully.
Obadiah, you know I apologize. It tells me that I'm supposed to respond in peace. So I'm
This
gonna
guy's a
respond in
condescending
peace.
guy. He's been like up in my ass since I got here. I'm sorry about your problems, bro. But stop fucking with me.
I ain't got no problems in this.
You got huge ass problems, I can tell. Huge problems.
Hold on, Tom.
Yeah.
Hold on, guys. Let's respect each other's beliefs and their views. Keep it respectful. So we got some order up in here. Be civilized and even mature.
Yes, sir.
That's how I do it. On my shows.
And I know your shows is correct, sir. And me and you didn't spend time together, and you know I ain't no lunatic.
Yeah.
That's a relief.
Got you up here. But yeah, let's keep it cool. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't been what Thomas went through. I ain't been through what Solo went through. Vice versa. So therefore, I can't expect you to see things the way I see it, believe things what I believe, and know things what I know. And we just all got information.
Talk about some of your beliefs and some of the shit that you know.
So I mean, Thomas, man, you wanna let everybody know your perspective,
I think you. I want to know about you. So you seem like a cool guy. How about you go first, sir? I'd like to know.
I
What are you
mean,
thinking?
me, man, my perspective on things. I'm a believer of the Most High. I'm an Israelite, and so I live by the Torah, you
The Torah.
know, and that's what it is. So there's things like I said, even in Scripture, it's not biblical. The Bible came after. I go by text, the scrolls, and it
So
tells you that.
you're not a
It tells
Christian.
you that.
You're
Nah, nah,
Jewish.
nah.
Is
Nah.
that okay?
It's yeah. It's what the white people would convert and become Jewish. That's our culture they preserve because we gave it up in the disobedient. But in the scriptures, it tells us that we was here before anybody. Scripture will tell you that, and Second Ezra will tell you
In the
we
Western
was
Hemisphere, is it or
yes,
like okay?
in the text, this land was called Arsarif. That was the name of this land, and our people was here. They came here before anybody, so they was here first. They came here first. They had generations here, which they became indigenous way before anybody was here. You see what I'm saying?
Not native.
So, so this the thing. That's what it is. This was our land for many years before it got taken over. Now, there's a other part of our people, it also says, that was caught up in the slave trade. Not all of our people came here first. You know what I'm saying? According to the text. But yes, our people was here. That's why when you see the quote unquote Indians, a lot of them, they'll say they black Indians. If you look at it, and it's like, yeah, because we was here. That's why brothers like him, Brother Solar, he'll prove it to the courts or to the government, whatever, and they're like, yeah, they can't deny it, but they're gonna make you go through hoops to get the information to prove everything. They just not gonna just hand it to you. That's the thing about over here. They just ain't gonna hand you money or anything. You got to do your
It,
research.
it
So
took
how
them oaths to.
if I wanted to do some research, where would I look for this? Since we were talking about this, well, what
Well,
are my sources here?
well, go ahead, Solar. Like you want to break it to them about that, like you did the brother.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm just. I didn't mean to make you seem like I was jumping on you, Thomas, or nothing by far. I was just trying to stop you because
Yeah.
when you speak in spells, we understand that etymology is what breaks the spells, and if you keep on talking a language, then they know that you don't know what you talking about. So therefore, I won't let them tell me. Oh, they look at me and they be like, "Oh, you're black." I'm be like, "Hell no, I'm not black," because they don't know. They've been indoctrinated too, and there's
Mm-hmm.
so many indoctrinations and so deep that people are afraid to stand up. Like you said, people need to stand up. They can't stand up when they talk like them. That's the spells, and black is one of them, the main one.
So I don't really believe in spells or religion or any of that, but I respect what you're saying, and all I'm really concerned about is where we're at now. And as far as I'm concerned, I'm an American. I'm proud of my country. I am very patriotic, honestly. It was just that dark history of white supremacy. Does that it exist? Is that right? I hope so. Okay,
I
I think I'm
mean,
pretty sure.
you
I'm pretty sure it is.
like like you said, patriotic. Did you see
Yeah,
January 6th of last year?
yeah, it was beautiful.
It was beautiful.
It was. It
You
was the
didn't
first
see?
time.
Yeah,
It was the
okay.
first time.
Oh,
It was the
that
first time
that
they
was
were.
the first time.
It
That
was the
was
first
the
time they were
first time
scared. They had been
patriot.
scared in a long time.
That was That was the first time Patriots should have stood the fuck up and been shooting motherfuckers. And there wasn't no motherfuckers standing up shooting motherfuckers on the front line. So patriotism is not that. The shit that you talking about is full motherfucking white supremacy, son.
I mean, what they were doing was because they were fucking mad about a fucking Trump
No,
guy, so that was fucking pathetic.
no,
But I
no,
really do
no.
like, I really do like how for a second there, these fucking people that make the laws and don't give a shit about us and take money from billionaires, they were scared for a second. They didn't know what was going on. I like that because they should be scared. They should really be scared. They're not scared of us at all. They're really not.
So
They're not
you
at
don't
all.
understand. You don't understand what a birth certificate is and a natural birth receipt is, then, huh?
I mean, I
Whoever's
don't.
in control of
Okay.
whoever's look up natural birth receipt
Okay.
and birth certificate. As soon as you sign a birth certificate, if you have any kids, and I'm so upset that I had kids before I understood this, when you
Right.
sign that birth certificate, you give your kids over into slavery, and they are in control of the natural birth receipt. The natural birth receipt is the actual money to the United States.
The stock exchange.
The money that's worth nothing. It's interesting.
No, there is no money. People are the money.
Well, that's for sure.
That's what I'm trying to tell you. But you sitting here trying to argue about something and getting upset and shit that you don't even understand what you talking about.
I'm really not
I
arguing
didn't
with
know
you, but I
either.
do, but I do disagree with some of the things you're saying. And
I
you can.
mean, you
I'm
can
a free thinker, bro.
disagree.
I'm a free thinker, and you can give me evidence and a logical argument. But if you're just gonna be like, you don't understand, well, how do you expect me to, react to that?
Do you have
I'm
a
just gonna think that you're an
you,
asshole, right? So I'm just gonna say
okay?
you're
Well, look,
persuasive. You're persuasive. This is not very. You need to work on that. But like, I'm a free thinker, like I said. I don't really have the facts here, but I do. I will do some research on that. All I do know is that there's campaign finance contributions. There's Democrats, Republicans. They're taking away the rights that we had, and now we have this natural birth. Is that what Trump was looking for with Obama, or what? The natural birth certificate?
he was pointing the finger to take the pressure off of him. Obama was talking about this shit and bringing this shit in front of people, even though he's also part of the problem. But look up natural birth receipt. Whoever's in control of the birth receipt is in control of the bond. That's the 40 acres and the mule that the black keep talking about. And once you get that natural birth receipt, you can go to the bank and get all the money you fucking want.
Well, the Rothschilds like that?
Just look it up,
I'm looking it up right now.
okay? And you're about to find out a whole bunch of shit. Whoever's in control of the bond is in control of the money. When you signed over your children, your kids, which is actually your motherfucking offspring, because a kid is a motherfucking goat. It's not a child. And when you have a child, then that's supported by the system that can put you in. There's no such thing as crime the way they make it. It's either civil. The only thing that can make it criminal is if somebody is hurt. They do coercion. And that's the way they make this motherfucking corporation run.
Yeah, I definitely thought about like, all right, kids, man. I did not want them to be delivered in a hospital. Cause soon as that child delivered, they got that paperwork in your face. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
To make you
And,
hurry up
and
and
put it,
sign, you know.
yeah, yeah, put it like this. Where do they put your offspring at? As soon as they take their fingerprints and their footprints, they put them in
Mm,
the baby prison. They take them from you because they're no longer yours.
So
They're wardens of the.
I'm on Bing, and I typed in natural birth receipt, and I'm getting a natural birth certificates. I'm getting birth techniques. I don't see anything about natural birth control, natural childbirth. I don't see a natural birth receipt. Is Bing not good? Is Bing not good to look this up?
Yeah, Google it.
Google it. Gotcha.
I'm going through the process right now where I'm about to have my natural birth receipt, and I'm giving back my social security number and all that shit. I'm no longer a ward of the United States. I'm a natural person. I'm 5/5 of a person, not 3/5.
I don't think anybody's 3/5 now. The Supreme Court changed that. They made a law.
No, the
Civil Rights Act.
Didn't change.
Civil Rights Act of 1964. I didn't change it?
No, they didn't change it.
I read the Civil Rights Act.
Okay.
That was a very interesting act. It still kept slavery in for the 14th Amendment. It's very interesting.
I'm no longer a part of the 13th through the 15th Amendment since I've gotten into the Moorish American Zodiac Constitution.
A natural birth receipt. And I'll look up images.
Yeah, because gold is supposed to back the money.
Not since FDR. Not since FDR.
Yeah, way before that.
We're not backed by anything now that there's a stock market. Stock market is backed by the treasury. And the treasury, our money's not backed by anything since we got off the gold standard with Reagan. And FDR, first of all, because we had the Great Depression, we had to pay a debt. Then Reagan took us back off the gold standard in the 80s. We haven't been on the gold standard since the 80s. See, I don't see it. I have things to do with a placenta. Gross. Jesus Christ. Okay, I'm gonna keep looking.
Because the placenta is everything. That's the tree of life.
Ew.
And there's one state that makes you have to sign off your placenta. That's why they have all these stem cell researches and everything, because they steal the placenta when they sign the birth certificate. Oregon is the only state that makes you sign for the government to get your placenta.
You sound like Q right now. That's interesting. Do you believe in Q? Do you believe in Q, Anon?
What's Q?
Okay, I guess this is a white person conspiracy. It's I know this guy. He's like he sends messages and all kinds of things, and he predicts things, and the right wingers think it's real. There's a pedophile ring, I think. Pizzagate. That was all these politicians are doing child trafficking, and then they drink the blood of kids too. Apparently, it's called adrenochrome. One of my good friends, he believes in Q, so he told me all about it. I try to look up all these things because I have a podcast. But I mean, I'm a free thinker, and I'm kind of a agnostic. So I can't doubt that there isn't a God because I haven't met him. But I don't really see an evidence that there is, because there's kids with leukemia, there's abject corruption. In the Bible, it says we're like made in the image of God. So if we're made in the image of God, and God just left us here with his arch enemy Satan to corrupt, and then he leaves the earth with kids having leukemia, I think that God's probably not a good God. If he is real, he probably can't be good.
That's because you're not understanding.
That's what every religious person tells me. I'm not understanding that God left us here with Satan.
I don't deal with religion, but it's like if you were to speak about a movie, you have to watch it, and it's like if you would have got the understanding on how things is, then you know what I'm saying, that thought would have been answered. You see what I'm saying?
I need evidence, logic, and reason. That gives me critical thinking skills to deduce and give the empirical data. You know, that's how I measure. I can measure that, but I can't measure. I can't measure any of this religious stuff. It's all just feelings to me.
Adam,
and scrolls.
Adam and Eve was atom. He was an atom that was split, not Adam. Eve was electrons. The tree represents the spine. The apple that fell represents our consciousness.
So it's a story
The,
to you?
the
The story?
snake, the snake is electron. He's electromagnetic.
So there's no Satan to you?
Iblis was casted from the heavens, and then there was a war, and that's when what is above fell below. That's when the waters in the 40-day water fell. So what's above is below. That represents higher and lower self.
So
And
none of
like
this is real?
Obadiah,
It's all a story? I'm just
no,
wondering. Like, I don't.
no,
So you're saying this is all
there,
metaphor? Metaphor.
there's realness, and there's men that put their hands into it. Like I hooked up with the Jewish brothers or whatever, and I started reading the Torah because I read all literature. And Ruth is the mother of the Moors, and in the Torah she didn't leave Naomi's side, and it says that she converted to Judaism. That's the only place that I ever seen where she converted to Judaism.
Sam?
No other text. She didn't in the Quran. She didn't convert. In the Bible, she didn't convert, but in the Torah, she converted to Judaism. So therefore, if you read, as a Moor, we respect all the prophets. It wasn't just one prophet. There was many prophets, and we respect many prophets.
Right.
And that's the only text, because I opened it and I read it for myself, where the Mother Ruth converted to Judaism. And there's so many people that know more than me and know less than me that don't know that that story exists in the Torah, because they never even opened the Torah.
And also on their doors to brace themselves for any potential
Uh,
violence, and also the city of Akron
I
also
don't.
braced
I haven't
themselves
opened the Torah,
as they have
but
reinstated the
so I have no
curfew
idea.
downtown. This after
Interesting.
lifting it on Wednesday, but that same day they lifted the curfew.
And
violence took
I
place.
read the missing books of the Bible, the books of Eden. I read all of that, and that's the only place where it says that Mother Ruth, who it says that she was a Moabite empress from the land of Moab, and we say that we are Moabite and Moab, and that's the only place. And I know Obadiah can appreciate this, that I read that for myself, that where it says she converted. She would not leave her. She would not leave her side. Her and her sister was married to her sons, and then when they died, her sister went back to Moab, and we never heard from her again. But she would not leave her side, and then she ended up marrying Boaz, and Boaz leads to Yeshua, who they said was Jesus. She was the grandmother of David, great grandmother maybe.
Carried out a peaceful protest outside of the home of Charles Brown.
That's cool.
That's the city's
cool for you guys.
mayor for public safety.
I'm just saying, but you have to read that shit though.
But
you
what?
Can't,
but,
you know.
But like, it doesn't really mean anything to me,
with
because I don't really care about the family of Jesus or Boaz or any of that. To me, it's irrelevant. But that's a cool story.
Yeah, it's irrelevant to him because he don't believe in it. So it's just
So, right. See, no, I don't.
got it.
Is that there were some arrests.
But it's an interesting story. I like the stories. I like the stories a lot. Especially, except for that Adam and Eve thing. Like, first of all, the snake is literally in the garden because why? Because he fell from earth. God, supposedly in Genesis, he made earth, and then all of a sudden he puts Satan falls to earth, and God's there with his most amazing creation, right? It made his image. And then all of a sudden, he lets Satan in the garden. He lets Satan tempt Eve, and then he punishes Adam and Eve for the temptation. And not only Adam and Eve, but the rest of their generations. That's fucking harsh. Again, leading to my whole theory of if God really exists, he's probably fucking not good. Because he flies off the handle a lot with the salt pillars and the swallowing you up in the earth. Like, bro, take a Xanax, bro. Jesus Christ. I'm just saying.
He don't believe, but he says Jesus Christ.
I mean, he's a household name. He's a household name. I like Jesus too.
Man.
Jesus is bomb. I like what he did with the temple. He was awesome.
Don't be one of those dudes. Don't be one of those dudes that don't believe in God until you're hanging off a cliff and then you're like, "Oh God, help me." You know
I mean, I'm not believing in God. I just don't know, and he won't reveal himself.
I mean, but
so
why
that says
would
something too.
Why would you make that? Why would you make that comment at the end of it, though? That makes no sense, huh?
Oh, because I'm a big fan of Jesus Christ. I love Jesus Christ. I don't know if he really existed, but like the stories of Jesus Christ when he's letting everybody chill, he's telling Peter, I got this. He's telling the truth to the temple, the money changers. You made my house a den of thieves. He's telling the truth to everybody, and that's why they wanted him dead, because he just kept on saying the truth, and they were like, shut the fuck up. I love that shit.
But
that's pretty cool.
When he keeps on telling the truth, how many have you ever read Revelations? Or I've read like 7, maybe 8 Revelations, and it gives a description of him having copper, red, coal, black, swarthy skin, and hair of lock.
You're really all about the skin. That's
no, because the word up there says history. That's not history. That's his story. And they switched it. The letter J was not developed until damn near the 1600s, and they telling a 2,000-year-old story.
Right. They are.
So
who's they? Who's they? Just to be specific. Who's they? Who's telling the story? What you're talking about? Who's they that you mean?
The United States, the people that you standing up for, that you want to be against, and that you speak just like them, and you don't know that you're speaking like them because you're speaking in spells.
I am an American, so I don't know if that's what you mean. I'm like them, but I'm definitely not. I mean, I definitely not like the Democrats and Republicans. That they're different. So I'm not sure you understand what I'm saying, really. But
no, I overstand.
You overstand. Oh, well, fuck me then. That's cool. You overstand. I never did that before.
Well, put a condom on it. But you can ask the host though, and he'll enlighten you a little bit. I'm not trying to come on and be an asshole or whatever like you think I am, man. I'm just trying to tell you that you need to do more studying before you jump in these conversations.
I mean, I've heard all of the stuff you're saying from every like religious person that believes really something. I don't really. I need evidence and I need logic and a reason. Like I said, that's how you get me to. That's how you persuade me. There's no other thing that you can do besides give me evidence and logic.
So look up Moorish American Zodiac Constitution. Yeah, that's my evidence.
And then that's going to give me the evidence to do what? Like, what am I going to do for me?
I mean, this will allow you to know that I'm at least speaking some type of truth. Because until then, you're not going to think nothing I say is true, and it's all speculation.
I think you believe is true. Look, my mom is like a hardcore Christian, and she goes off all the time. I don't think she's crazy. I don't think she's wrong. I think she's saying what she believes. I don't think anybody's lying to me, except for politicians. I think you're thinking is true, and I respect that. But I don't have, like I said, I don't have any evidence to believe that. At this time, it's irrelevant because at this moment, I'm in this country, and with income inequality and all kinds of curtailing of rights that I thought we had, But apparently the politicians don't think we do here. And I'm here at this present moment, and I'm wondering what we're all going to do at this present moment about this clear and present danger it's culminating into even worse. It's called tyranny. They called it tyranny back then. It's called fascism now. It's the same thing. It's called control. And these people are trying to control all of us and call us a collective. And everything they do is for a greater good. It's not about the greater good. It's about control. So I really don't care about the Ruth or Moab. Because they're not here right now. They're not here right now with Democrats and Republicans that are taking away our rights. I'm focused on that because it's the present moment. And I'd really not like them to do that. I'd really like life, liberty, and happiness. That sounds cool. That's what it says in the Constitution. Life, liberty, and happiness. It alienated by our Creator that no state shall take away. Seems like they're taking it away. Just like they took them away when they put the Patriot Act in full effect. Now we have no due process. Now they can call us a terrorist without proof and go to Guantanamo Bay. Nobody seems like upset about that. You just want to talk about Ruth and Boaz. I wish they were here because they probably do shit about this. Then they surveilled and spied on us. They sold our data to Facebook and shit so we could buy their stupid soap and shit. They're literally tapping our phones, figuring out what we like so they can sell us more shit and get us to consume. But we want to talk about Ruth and Boaz. At this point, I'm just saying, man, I would like to talk about what's happening right now and how we can stop it. But I guess nobody's interested in doing that. That's cool.
Free thinking, innovative, and totally open-minded. Tommy Nation Politics.
From the audience, man, are you guys gonna celebrate 4th of July? What you feel about it? You don't?
Hey guys, this is Tommy Nation Politics. How's everyone doing today?
Everything 4th of July represents.
Free thinking, innovative, and totally open-minded. Tommy Nation Politics.